Hey everybody, so for this video I'm going to show you how you can do reflections as well as how you can do these sort of mountainous shapes in the background and how you can create that sort of atmospheric perspective. So for this, really quick, I'm just going to draw two sort of thumbnails and I'll just make them pretty simple. We'll have maybe a blob of land here. I'll do it on the opposite side for the other one. And then we'll have maybe like a mountain here and one more in the back. And we'll do something similar over here. So the first one I'm going to show you is the colored pencil one. So remember, when we're doing atmospheric perspective, we tend to have the things that are closer to us be darker or more saturated. So I'm applying a lot of pressure on my pencil when I am making this landmass that is closer to me. If I want to make it even darker, I can also take a little bit of black and I could go over that to darken it up even further. If you wanted to make it black from the beginning, you could also do that too. So the things that are further back will be a little bit lighter. So this one is my next furthest back thing. So I'm going to be using just a little bit less pressure for this. And then these pieces here and here are going to be the lightest, so I'm using the least amount of pressure for these. Now if I want to, say, create a sort of water effect for right here, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make sure that I have the reflection, which should kind of mimic the shape of this one here. So I'm going to make that reflection. Keep in mind your reflections don't need to be perfect mirror images, just semi-similar. You could also make them a little bit ripply if you want to add a little bit more water texture in. It'll also go from dark, where they meet at the horizon line, to a little bit lighter. And then we do the same for over here, this sort of dark to lighter. And we could do the same for over here with this dark to lighter. Now I'm going to define those edges just a little bit because I'm using the same color pencil for my water. If you have a different color pencil, I would recommend using a different color pencil. It'll just make your life easier. So when we see the reflection of the sun or the moon on the water, there'll be a white spot like right here. That'll get smaller as it goes down. I don't want to see something like this. I'd rather it be more like this, where it's a little bit ripply, because that'll make it look more like water than if we have just a straight triangle. So I'm going to leave some white spaces for where my moon is. And then you'll also notice that I'm coloring horizontally or side to side. And that's just because that's the way that water typically looks best if it's calm, is if you are doing side to side. Also, your water tends to be more interesting if you add in a couple more colors. I'm just not doing that right now because this is just for the purpose of demonstration. So as you can see, you sort of have created that illusion of space. You could have some darker pieces within the water here. Or even there, to kind of get that